Hey guys, and welcome to the Old School Community Roundup. What I thought I would try today is let you know what's been going on around the world of RuneScape, old school specifically, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. Let you know what the community's been doing, let you know what we've been doing as well, because I'm sure you're interested to know what me, Ash and Nexus and Reach have been up to over the past week, so it'd be a good chance to tell you about that sort of thing, which is pretty cool. So, first time I've ever tried anything like this, so please do give me feedback and let me know what you think. If there's anything specific you want me to cover, do please let me know that too. If you've got any comments you want to comment, then please do send them through to my Twitter account at @jagexmack, and I shall be keeping an eye on that while doing this and pulling out the relevant messages I get from there. So, what's the first thing that's been up to this week? Well, I think it's quite straightforward. I think the Goblin Invasion has started happening. Snagwort, who is a goblin that lives deep in the depths of Gillinor, has been influenced by his high priest, and they've come to take over the world. Now, you guys voted earlier on in the week to see where you wanted him to appear, and as you can see there, the vote was pretty straightforward. It's very close between Falador and Varrock, with only what we got, 30 votes in it, 32 votes in it, but Falador came in first, and as you can see, that's exactly what's happening right now. We have a whole load of goblins attacking. Now, as you can see, we have all sorts of people around to help. Now, if you head back into the city, you can see we've stuck some extra guards about, and you've got guards from different places as well. So you've got warrior women, you've got paladins. In fact, I had an email come through to the Old School channel earlier saying there's a bug. There's all these old guards walking around in Falador. What's going on? And yeah, to let him down gently that he probably wants to keep an eye out for goblins appearing. As you can see, they're shouting insults as they can up there. The goblins, from the feedback we had from the last time, you wanted stronger goblins, so we have in there some level 50 goblins. We have some level 30 goblins, but bear in mind that this event's going to be going on for 5 weeks, and the goblins are going to be getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and you're going to get some pretty good bosses to fight as well. So that's going to be pretty sweet. So I'm being followed here by a goblin. I'm level 3, he's level 50, that's really not fair, is it? I need someone to come and protect me, help. We've also had a play around with their rare drops as well, with their drops, and we've given them a whole load of consumable drops that you can see a nice little pile down here. So if you, specifically if you want to do your herb lore, there's some good stuff they drop there. You've got snake grass obviously, and dragon scale dust, and a few other bits and bobs, and we've also dropped on them as well. Someone saying in the chat had spins. I don't think we're going to do that. We also put the rare drop table on them as well, so if you're really lucky then you may get something quite impressive drop from the rare table, so it's worthwhile getting in there and getting involved. They are trying to attack the city from all areas, so as you can see they're coming from the north, and if we run over here you will see them coming in over the agility shortcut as well. They're also coming in from the south. Looks like the guards are sorting them out over here. There goes a few coming through there. Hey little goblin people. As you can see, the guards are coming to your rescue over there as well. So that's pretty cool. It is an interactive quest, so you guys are going to be able to decide what happens. You obviously had your first choice earlier on in the week, and there's going to be more decisions for you guys to make to decide what happens to the story. It's going to go on for 5 weeks, and as I said, we've got bigger and scarier goblins to come, and you're going to be fighting some of the bosses as well, so that's going to be pretty sweet. So what else has been going on? Well, we have had an awful lot of fun with, we'll get rid of that. Here we go, the community blog. We've had a huge amount of interest in that over the next week. In fact, the amount of views we've had on this has quadrupled over the last week, and there's 2 very good reasons for that. Well, one very good reason for it, did the same thing twice, was Captain McGee. He posted 2 really cool posts. Community blog, for anybody who doesn't know what it is a blogger channel that we have, and members of the community who will have something to say will apply to become a blogger on there, and we will invite guys over, and they will write what they think on there. And the first blog we'll look at this one here. It's called GWD Tweaks Earn It. It's an interesting discussion. What Captain McGee is talking about is he's trying to decide whether God Wars is inherently not what old school is all about. He says that the whole principle of God Wars, because the stuff is tradable, you can actually buy success in combat without actually ever having taken part in the difficult content that is in God Wars. And he asked the question, which I can see you're already talking about in the chat, is whether the rewards should be tradable or not. That's a discussion for you guys to have. It's a very interesting discussion. There's been an awful lot of interest in that post, so this is why I brought it up there. And for God Wars in itself, and I'm sure some of you are going to be asking what's happening with God Wars right now, is the biggest problem with God Wars, I think, what stops everybody wanting God Wars back is what happens with the rewards, and that's obviously a discussion that we've got to have with you. And we will have that discussion when we have the tools available to put it in the game. And at the moment we don't, but as soon as we do, we will start that discussion with you and see how we can get God Wars into game in a way that everybody wants it. Because as you can see already in the chat, people are saying they want God Wars. There's some people who don't want God Wars, and the biggest opposition I have heard, and I think the community has, is the rewards to it. So we need to sort that out and how that will work. The other, probably the biggest discussion we've had going on in the community as well, is this post here, the Kraken. Now this is, again, it's a brilliant idea for a brand new boss in the game. The backstory is that Murphy, who hangs about in Port Khazad, as I'm sure you know, he's heard tales of the giant sea creature that's out there, and he wants people to go out and kill it. He will take you out there to try and attack the Kraken. Now the way it works, or the way the boss works, there are 3 stages to it. The first stage is you've got to defend your ship, and we've got a brilliant image here that's been mocked up by Sir Zeldin of what it might look like. As you can see, you've got a boat in the middle, you've got tentacles coming out to get you, and Sir Zeldin in the middle there looking quite scared about what's going on, although he's defending quite well, tanking quite well there. So you defend your ship, and you pursue, and once you've defended your ship from the Kraken's tentacles, you then pursue him underwater, and to stop him escaping, you find his portal, defeat the portal, and then you get to defeat the Kraken after that. And if you do that, then the rewards that Captain McGee has put with it so far is there's chances of dragon warhammers, dragon kite shields, dragon crossbows, and again a Kraken bone staff, which is a magic equivalent to something high end. But it's a great idea. Again, your feedback is really necessary for it to go in game. We need to know what a lot of you guys think, whether you think the rewards are good enough, and it is really quite important. Now if you want to get involved in the blogging aspect of things, because it's getting really quite popular now, you need to head over to this thread. As you can see, there's an old school blog there, and basically you post on this thread saying you want to be a blogger, and you give me your Gmail address. We then add your Gmail to the blogging site, and then you will have access to it and be able to post away merrily. If you want to know a bit more about the blog, there's this information here. Just click on there and it will show you that information there for you. Okay. Now, one of the cool things about this, something else we're trying at the moment as well, is all the best blog posts go to a magazine. We have created the Old School magazine for you, and here it is. We're trying to do about a monthly one every month, and as you can see, it is pretty good. We're getting an awful lot of interest through this as well. You've got all sorts of stories that have come out of the blog. We've got, as you can see there, Mr. Crow's Old School RS Community Collage, which is a pretty cool idea. It'd be great to see that when that's finished. There's all sorts of stories there. We popped some of our dev blogs in there as well, and it's all interactive. You see a video, you can play it straight from the magazine there. So there's all sorts of bits and bobs in there. We have some stories come through from Zybez as well that we work closely with, which is great. And if you want to find it, again, it's really easy to find. As you can see, it is a nice little link there, and that will take you straight through to your latest edition, and there's previous editions below there, so please do go have a read of that. So what else we got? We've got, next stop, the forums. Let us head to the forums. That forum, you know what the forums look like, so I don't know why I'm showing you a picture of the forums. These are the forums, and you know that already, so there we go. That's cool. Two great threads we've pulled out recently, which you guys would be great to get your feedback on as well. We have this thread by Bulawayo, PvP Worlds. Something we're really excited about. We would love to put PvP Worlds in, but it boils down to what you guys want at the end of the day. Now, what Bulawayo is discussing in this thread here is he is talking about how they can make it work, or how we can make it work to work within Old School. The ideas he's come up with is no generated items, so when you kill somebody you get what they have. We don't have to worry about going through this whole EP thing and getting what those items, those special ornate thingies you used to get when you killed somebody in a PvP. Well, this is literally you kill somebody, you get the stuff they've got. Again, we need to get people on there. We'll give an XP boost perhaps for skillers, so that they can there is a reason for people to be on there, and then it'll make it more exciting. Again, we can have hot zones in major junctions, which could reward people with extra loot. How that would work, not quite sure, but again, it's something you guys can talk about. And again, the wilderness levels will only apply in the actual wilderness, so if you want to attack somebody outside the wilderness, there's going to be a set limit. What that limit is, again, is something that you guys can talk about. 20 levels maybe, does that sound right? Either way, it'd be good to get your feedback on that. And again, revenants, have revenants roam freely around the world. That'd be quite cool. Spawning in Lumbridge to find a revenant standing outside the castle gates waiting for you. That would be quite cool. But again, it's your decision at the end of the day, guys, so we need to get your feedback on there. And if you don't like it, then please, the most important thing you can do is tell us why you don't like it. So if you post on there and you go, this is rubbish, no one's going to take any notice of that. We need to know exactly why it doesn't work. I can see some chat in the stream now saying, no revenants, how dumb. Well, you got to tell us why, mate, otherwise, you know, your opinion doesn't have an awful lot of help. Does it make it too difficult? Does it make it too easy? We need to know these reasons, because just saying we don't want this doesn't really help. We need to know why, and then we can make sure it is what you want it to be. Quality of feedback is probably the most important thing. But that's a great idea. Love to, please do have a read. As you can see, lots of feedback on it, lots of JMods posting as well. There's your QFC down the bottom, so please do head into the forums and have a look at that one. Another wonderful thread we have up here is this one by Ice Crush. He is organising an end of summer gathering. Now, there's loads of people on the forums. We have, you know, tens of thousands of people that hang out on the forums, and you guys don't get to meet each other in game anymore. So Ice Crush has done this a couple of times in the past. He wants to get you guys together to hang out in games. You can meet each other in game and talk in real time rather than just on the forums. There's a load of people signed up for it already, as you can see there. We've got, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 25 people there maybe that have signed up for it already. So there's a few people turning on there. It's happening on the 16th of August at 4 PM Eastern Standard, or is it Eastern Daylight? I can never get those right. 9 o'clock British Standard Time, British Summer Time, sorry. World 330 and on Ice Mountain. If you want to go, please do post on the thread, and there'll be lots of really cool people turning up there to hang out, have a good laugh, and if I can get there, I shall be there. And and we'll have some fun. So that is the forums covered, that is the blogs covered, so we're doing well so far, that's fantastic. Next thing is holiday items. Loads and loads of holiday items have been given out over the last few weeks, as I'm sure you know. Currently we're giving out these ones, so that's the marionettes and the Easter egg ring. I'm doing a stream at 9 o'clock on Sunday, at this same time on Sunday, where you'll be able to get your hands on some more of these Easter egg rings and marionettes. So if you haven't found them by then, do tune into that stream, because it's going to be one of the last chances you're going to get them, because they stop spawning at midnight on Sunday. So please do come along there. Now this week, how many people in the chat can tell me what rares are coming out next week? Who can do that for me? I put a bit of fun video. There we go. So yeah, no word will get around quickly. It is, as you can see, the Santa hat, but we're not just doing Santa hats because that wouldn't be right, would it? No, we're going to be properly Christmassy, and we're going to have a wind tumber tree as well. So you'll be able to pick up your Santa hats and your wind tumber tree. And what we're also doing, because these big items, we like to give them out in multiple ways. We've got a really unique, we think really quite a fun and unique idea, which we've got to give out some of these items. And although these will be spawning normally as all the others have done, we're also going to give you a chance to get some if you decide to be generous enough and put some items in the party chest. So if you put some items in the party chest and pull the lever to let them drop, then you will see you will have a chance of getting some Santa hats in that party chest and drop as well. And for those of you who are aware, we have this wonderful little video which shows Ash doing it on the one of the test servers before we launch it. And as you can see, it takes some money. It doesn't have to be money, it can be items, but it will look at the value of the stuff you're putting in, and then it will do its magic stuff. And there you go, 2.5 million coins. Goes to pull the lever, and the balloons start dropping when he presses the buttons, of course. Here they come. Yay, balloons drop. And if you go and see what's in the chest there, click on there and you see 4 party hats are spawned. The more stuff you put through, the more stuff you put in there, the better more party hats you get, and the more chance of getting them you have as well. So be nice and generous, get your friends round and have some drop parties and thing. And somebody's complaining about it being PID based. Well, it's not actually, because if you get one and you're lucky enough to get one that drops, then it spawns only to you and nobody else can steal it from you. So it's nothing to do with Santa hats. And did I say party hats? Santa hats. Santa hats, not party hats. I knew I was going to do that, so I've done it all week when I've been talking about Santa hats. So Santa hats, forget party hats. There's plenty of them in game already. This is Santa hats. Santa hats, definitely Santa hats. So there we go. So that's how it will work. That's pretty cool and pretty exciting. There we go. So let's move on to the next thing. What have we got next? The YouTube channel. Let's go and have a look at the YouTube channel. Now, for those who don't know, we have a YouTube channel. Here it is here. No, you can't see it yet. Hang on. There we go. Papa! The YouTube channel. Now, it's a community YouTube channel, which means the videos are made by you. They're not made by us. I've taken, as you can see, I've taken some of the stuff from our live streams, highlighted it and stuck it on there as well. So we've got a bit of our content going in that you can see. But if we scroll down it, as you can see, we've got our favourite clan videos on there. We've got our favourite guides that you guys have made on there. And these are all made by you players. You know, it's not made by us. And these are all pretty exciting stuff, PK videos. And any other sort of random favourite videos we've found. There's some pretty cool stuff in there, so please do have a look at it. It is at www.youtube.com/user/oldschoolrscommunity. But one thing you probably haven't noticed on here is we don't have a introduction video, and currently we have a competition running for that. And I will show you the thread for it. Here we go. So what we would like you to do is we would like you to send us a video. There's all the rules there, just email in a video to the email address on there, oldschoolcommunity@jagex.com. Video's got to be no longer than 60 seconds. First 5 seconds has to have the Runescape logo, the old school logo you can see on the bottom of the page there, just about. The last 5 seconds has to have 5 seconds of that as well, so that when people are watching it, they know it's all about old school. And then your video in the middle. Anything you like. It can be machinima, it can be face to camera stuff, it can be you running around somewhere really old with, I don't know, sepia tone stuff, anything you like. All that stuff is really quite cool. As many videos as we can, and if we get some really good videos in, we may poll them to you and let you guys choose which one you want to put up there. Alternatively, if we get so many good ones, then there's no reason why we can't change it every week. You know, we just want you guys to be able to tell the rest of YouTube why old school is so great. We know there's a lot of you out there that want to do that. This really is. It's a great opportunity for any new video makers out there, or even existing video makers out there, to get your work on a channel which is going to get a lot of traffic, and we will obviously let people know who made it and how to find their channel as well. So it's a great opportunity if you can make cool videos and you haven't had that breakthrough yet, to get a bit more traffic and a bit more recognition for your stuff, and we really want to help you guys do that. So please do get involved with that. It is really quite exciting. So we're off to now. Now I'm sure you've probably seen scrolling. Is it scrolling across the bottom? I can't remember what it looks like. Oops, didn't want to press that. That's what I wanted to press. Yes, on the right hand side, updates on Nightmare Zone and Wilderness Tag. Okay, so but first we're going to go and we're going to have a look at the dev blog. As you can see there, it's up there already. This is the latest dev blog we put out. Again, it's a list of the questions that we have selected to go into the next poll. Your feedback is really important on this. If you think the questions are wrong, if you don't understand the questions, if you think the more questions, we need more information about what the impact will be, then you've got to ask us so we can give you that information. I mean, we had a lot of feedback coming through the stream right now about the updates that we made today, and that how a lot of the players didn't understand the impact it was going to have. So if you think that might be the case with any of these, please do tell us beforehand, and we will go out and find that information for you and say that this is exactly what it's going to be. Unfortunately, we can't read minds. We can't understand. We can't always realise what you're not going to realise, if you see what I mean. So you do need to be talking to us an awful lot more about how these questions will impact you, because as you can see, if you don't take an interest, things may happen, and you might not like them. So it's really important that you get involved with these. This impacts your game, and you need to make sure that you're on top of what these questions are, what they mean. If you don't understand them, please do ask, because we will happily explain anything we can to you. But the questions we have coming up here, so you can see we've got a use all option for bones on your altar. So you can right click on the bone, use on altar, and it will cycle through all the bones and use them on the altar so you don't bury them. Interesting thing, I'll be interested to see some of the feedback from that. So that's an interesting one. Again, straightforward one here. Question number 2, the lunar spell humidifier will be able to turn clay into soft clay. Straightforward, does what it says on the tin. Implement a deposit box near Entrana for boats in Port Sarim, stops you running miles back and having to bank your stuff and then having to run all the way back again and running out of run, and then all goes Pete Tong from there on in as the mysterious tree thingy kills you. Enable players to plant more than one tree. Interesting take on this is up to, so I think we've got it up to 3 trees, and you need a higher farming level to plant more trees. So that's going to be really quite interesting to see how that works and what you guys think of that. But it gives a reason, you know, it gives people with 99 farming a reason to have 99 farming, certainly. New farm to protect the Calcat tree in Taivoi village. Again, yeah, pretty much does what it says there. You'll need 8 poison ivy berries to allow its protection there. And the channel list will use green text for friends on the same world. So if your friends on the same world, chat channel will show their text as green, so you know that they are about. So we've been asked that quite a lot at the moment, which is quite cool. All these things have come through our little little system of capturing questions. If you go to the feedback forums, you'll find a sticky there where you can enter questions into a form there, and we will read it there. And yeah, they've all come through there multiple times. There's some of the most popular ones, or the most requested questions we have come through there. So that is pretty cool. That is that. So that's the dev blog. Okay, Nightmare Zone. Now, you should all know about Nightmare Zone. I hope you all know about Nightmare Zone. This is Nightmare Zone if you haven't seen it. This is a video we put out a few weeks ago, as you can see. Barrel chest has turned up there. We hope to have Nightmare Zone out to you by the beginning of September. It's going into QA today, in fact, so we've got a few weeks of QA. QA is not a straightforward job when it comes to multiple player games. For example, what I'm currently in, the version that this is currently in, is a multiplayer combat-y type thing. It's a group version of the game, so you're supposed to get a group of up to 5 friends in there to fight the big bad bosses. This is on easy mode as well, so it gets significantly more difficult when you do it on hard mode. Thing to bear in mind with Nightmare Zone is that when it comes out, it won't be exactly what you want, mainly because the feedback we get from it is going to help shape what it is you want. When we're giving you a mini game to play, and you guys are going to go out there, play it, fiddle around with it, decide how we can make it better, and don't be afraid to come back and tell us, which I know you won't be, because you are not afraid to tell us anything, are you really? But don't be afraid to come back and say, this can be improved by doing this. We need, for example, we fully expect you to come back and say, we need rewards that do this, 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 this and this, and then we can start looking at getting those rewards into you. Don't think this is released and this is the last time we'll ever look at this, because we want to make it what you want it to be, and you're not necessarily going to know what you want it to be until it's out, you've played it, and you know where you're going with that. For example, there might be missing monsters in there that you want to see, that again was stuff we can look at, and there may be balancing issues that we haven't had the chance to look at, which you guys are fantastic at doing that, so we're going to be sitting there with our ears open waiting for your feedback and going out and trying to get you guys to give us feedback. Really important that you do talk to us an awful lot about it, and we will give you every opportunity to do that. And it's actually part of the release plan that we've got for it, is your feedback on Nightmare Zone. But like I said, beginning of September is when we hope to have it out to you, and fingers crossed it's going to be pretty epic. I mean, like I said, I've been in hard mode on my own, the souped up JMod, and I've had my arse handed to me in about 30 seconds. So it's going to be really difficult. If you guys wanted a challenge killing some bosses, then you are going to have a challenge on here. This one alone, for example, you can see Barrel Chest is turning my prayer off. King Rolled is just generally being King Rolled and being very noisy. I'm being ice barraged by Camel, is it, over there on the right? The Kalinamancer's there waiting to do his bit, and this geezer on the left hand side, whatever that is also having a go. So you could have a real interesting combination of things attacking you and can make it really hard. So a group of that will be really quite cool. Okay, so last bit, what else have we been doing this week? Well, we found an old design document for an update that never happened. This update came out in 2006, or we first spoke about it in 2006, and it is this update here. Wilderness tag, and as you can see, the lovely Runescape wiki has a nice little article about there. The idea behind it is that we have pillars in the wilderness. You guys run around, click on the pillars. The higher level the pillars are, the more difficult or the more dangerous the pillars, the more points you will get or the more rewards you will get, and obviously those rewards are something tangible. We're looking at specifically the types of rewards that we can give out. Is it? I mean, on here in the wiki it says here we're going to give out strength XP or combat XP, but there's so many ways of getting that. We think maybe cash is a good thing to do, maybe items, maybe specific weapons perhaps might be there. But the cool thing about it is, if there are 100 tags in the wilderness and you're going to get a lot more activity in the wilderness, a lot more PKs in the wilderness who are going to go out and get that, especially if you press a tag button and the items spawn in your inventory. So there's plenty of opportunity there to do that sort of thing. And I think that's going to sort of reinvigorate activity in the wilderness an awful lot, especially if it is, the rewards are good enough to get people in there. So that's again something we will have to sit down there and work with that. But it's going to be quite interesting. We found that and we were like, right, we can actually probably do this. So hopefully we'll get some more news to you next week about what we're thinking in detail. But we wanted to put it out there and get you guys thinking about it straight away. So please do read any more information we put out next week about this, and let us know what you're thinking, because it's something which I think is going to make a lot of difference to the wilderness and a bit of excitement for an awful lot of people. So that is what I have for you today in the first ever community roundup. It's really cool. I think there's a lot of people watching it, which I'm really quite encouraged about. That's fantastic. I'm looking at the chat we've got coming through, and there's only the two big issues which seem to be coming through is what's happened with the changes that we made today. As you know, the changes were all voted for, but we're open to advice and your feedback, of course. We're not going to make any change really quickly, because I think it's very dangerous to make sweeping changes on such a small amount of feedback, and we don't want to sort of make a reaction that isn't right, that you guys don't want. So we're probably going to leave it over the weekend to see what you guys are coming back and saying, and then we'll see where we go from there, and take it from there really. But let's see what happens, and then we'll see what solutions we can come up, and if we need to run an emergency poll to get some stuff in there, then we will do that. But obviously we can't change it unless you guys vote for it, which slows us up a little, but we can stick a poll up for a couple of days, let everybody know, and then we can do it on there. Wow, huge amount of spam coming through, or a huge amount of messages coming through, I should say. It's not spam, they all seem to have something to say. I can't read that quickly. Free to play, that's the question we're going to be asked all the time. It's not on the agenda at the moment. You're just going to have to be patient and wait, I'm afraid. When we're ready to talk about that and consider that, we will do that. But at the moment, things are in a real positive place, and that's where we want to keep them. We don't want to suddenly lob load of new stuff in there and upset the balance that it is. Let's get it in a good place, and let's get these tools in so we know things work before we start worrying about super big changes like free to play, because that is a massive change. Smoking kills, again, smoking kills is a quest. I will guarantee that everybody asking for smoking kills quest don't actually want the smoking kills quest. They want the rewards. Tell me if I'm wrong, but if we put the rewards in there, putting a quest in there is very difficult, especially a quest where we have none of the things for. The rewards isn't necessarily that much of a problem. It's one of the big discussions that we have, and I've had this discussion with Sorect in the past. It's not a case of you guys come to us and say we want this, and we have to just sort of work out, is that actually what you really want, because we can't deliver that. But what is it you want? Do you want the rewards from it? Do you want the gameplay mechanic from it? Do you want the graphics from it? It is a very difficult thing. God Wars, as I said at the very beginning, we need the tools. Simple as that. As soon as we get the tools, we will start talking about the rewards, because that is what is holding, what is stopping a lot of people wanting God Wars back. And once we've got a solution which we think 75% of people are happy with the rewards, then we can poll it, and hopefully it will go through, and we can put God Wars in, because I would love to see God Wars in. I know a lot of you would like to fight these big badass guys, and you want some cool rewards for it as well. And of course, when you think about anything, don't think within the confines of what old school is, or even what RS3 is, and the journey that it's made from 2007 to what it is now. Be completely unique, have unique ideas. The Kraken that we showed you earlier, that is a great example of how a unique idea can get people excited. So think outside the box. We'd love to hear it. I did make a joke today about putting the sailing skill in, and somebody took it half seriously. So that's what we can do if we needed to do it. So let's let's think outside the box and don't think that anything from RS3 has to be put in. Think brand new stuff, because brand new stuff's really exciting to work on. I think that's about it. That's about all I've got to say to you. Sunday night, if you guys want to get yourselves some Easter rings and some marionettes, then please do tune in again at the same time, and we will have a bit of fun getting you some. So, see you later guys, and have a lovely evening scaping. Enjoy yourselves.